Hey everyone, it's Don with Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Got a three-part video today. One being a care package that I got in the mail. Two, an update on my contest. And three, I have a video response for Mrfisherbike of my YouTuber baseball team. So I'm going to start off with the care package. And this guy asked for my address. And I've met him once in Chicago, but I don't know him super well, so I was kind of surprised he included me on this. I've seen quite a few of these, but I got an early Merry Christmas from, I think they're calling him Brad Claus, and he sent me this really sweet Willie Stargell autograph, and this looks like it's an Upper Deck product. So Brad, thank you so much. This will go on my, I don't know if you can see it. I sort of have a shelf up there of YouTuber gifts that I'm working on. So I'll add that to that collection. So for my contest, it ends this Sunday. And I'm just going to go through the list of names I have, which I'm glad I did last time because I did miss a couple people. So if you don't hear your name and you made a video, please let me know like a couple other people did. So hopefully I've got them all, but not 100% sure. So I have Hardball Crazy, God's Great, Bowman 53, Scott Reindeer Studios, Sammy Thunder, John Mangini, Chris from Missouri, Ken's Cardboard, Dustin and Blake, Paige and Deanie Bean, Ground Chuck, BD Kane 721, John Wade Boggs fan, Decon, Sexton Kentucky Cardboard, Eddie's Cardboard Chaos, John That 70s Show, Tony Psyched on Baseball Cards, Mrfisherbike, Rudog 21, Elite Hunters, Lou Rock TV, Picker Jim S, Legends Never Die, Huck's Sports Cards, Scott Maz, Big Scott 35, Four Leaf Cards, Pepino Man, Victor Rookie Card Specialist, Sticks and Seams, Brent Near Mint Musings, Poor Man Stack, George Diamond Yard Sports Cards, Concrete Buddy, Clemente Collector, The Drew, A Vintage Legacy, Four Soft Corners, Chuck Northside Guy, Peter B, Kevin Jones, RJ Collects Sets, Ray from Philly, Terry TJ Mack, and Stukes Curiosities. So thank you guys I've had a really great response, and there's a couple channels of people on there that I was not familiar with. So I'm glad that you're watching my channel, and it's nice to check out your channels as well and get familiar with you. So now for my man Jason, Mrfisherbike. Finally hit 1,000 subs, so congrats, buddy. And he wants us to do a YouTuber team. Of course, I think I've only seen baseball, and I'm going to continue that. I'm going to probably make fun of a lot of you guys on here, so it's all in jest. But and if I do have one of your personalized YouTube cards, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to start with the owner of the team, and that would be Dave Blue Jacket. And because he pretty much owns us when it comes to knowledge and collections. So I got Dave as the owner. As my scouts, I got Mike Canadian Cards, handling Canada for me. And then I got Orlando handling Cuba and everywhere else in the Dominican Republic. My announcers, I'm going to go with, I've always said John at 70 Show, has that radio voice. And then, so he's the play-by-play guy, and the commentator would be Alex Bowman 53, just because of the knowledge and the history he has of the game. I think he'd present a lot. The manager, got to put Jason, Mrfisherbike in. It's his idea, so he'll manage the team. General manager, I went with a guy who's very analytical. I think he's in the mortgage business and does all kinds of charts and things like that, and that's John Wade Boggs fan. So he'll figure out, he's kind of my money ball guy in the general manager spot. Bullpen coaches, I went with three guys here. I went with Jim Picker S, the Drew of Vintage Legacy, and Chris from Missouri. I picture these three guys as old school guys sitting out there, maybe a bottle of bourbon hidden under the bench, big chaw in. Just I picture Jim out there, get the next pitch out, with that accent. Just I look at those guys as just good old boys, and not that they necessarily are, but they remind me of those old time baseball coaches. So getting to the actual players. So catcher, I had to go with Mike Moynihan. And the reason he's a catcher is because he tells us in every freaking video he makes that he was a catcher. So I guess he's a catcher. First base, I'm platooning. I got two guys. I got Big Scott 35. Kind of reminds me of Boog Powell over there. And then I got George Diamond Yard Sports Cars. So I got two big dudes like myself over at first base. Second base, going with my boy Lou Rock. And then at shortstop, you know, I know he plays left field in softball, but all his home runs are inside the park. So I'm not seeing a lot of power out of this guy. And he lists himself as 5'6". I think he's more like 5'4". And that's my boy Jake. So I kind of feel like I got my Jose Altuve, Freddie Patek thing going on here with these big guys at second and short. At third base, I'm also platooning. I've got Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. He's just a steady guy over at third, a lot of experience. And then I got Ray from Philly. The main reason I put Ray there is because he likes Mike Schmidt. So that's why he got put there. So in the outfield, I was looking for some speed. So in left field, I got my man Bob Lewis. Tall guy, thin, looks like he could cover another ground. And actually, I have an all-Pittsburgh outfield, and I did not mean to do that. But in center field, another young guy, iconic Al. I think Al's going to cover a lot of ground out there. So right field. So right field, when I was a kid, usually the worst player was put in right field. And come to think of it, I played a lot of right field. But I've come to find that the guys that brag most about how good they were in Little League or high school, especially Little League, like who cares what you did in Little League, are usually the worst players, but they brag that they were the best. And, you know, I've got a guy here that I've got text saying what a great arm he had, and he hit 800. And, man, Jeannie, I got to put you in right field, man. All you're bragging about how great you are. I don't know. I've seen you. You're like 5'8". I don't know how great you were, but putting you out in right. As my starter, I'm going with James Elite Hunter. He's kind of like my Pedro Martinez. Not a real big guy, but brings the heat. So I thought James would be, you know, good as my starter. And then when I thought of my reliever, I thought of guys like Bruce Sutter, Al Hrabosky, maybe even Rich Gossage. And did I pick this guy because I thought he was as talented as them? Nope, I don't think he's got an athletic bone in his body. But I do have his rainbow. I picked him because he has great facial hair, just like the relievers. So my buddy Scott, Reindeer Studios. So Jason, that was fun to put together. Fun ripping on my friends a little bit. I've met almost all of these guys in person. Just a few, I think. What, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 of these guys I have never met in person. So considering them all great friends, all great channels that I watch, I'm sure I missed some other great guys. And it was so hard to leave guys out. And so that's why I've got platoons and bullpen coaches and everything else. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Just having a little fun on a Tuesday morning here. And Jason, congrats again, man. Great job in getting 1,000 subs. So as always, guys, thanks for watching my video, and I'll talk to you soon.